Thank you for inviting us, and thank you for coming to listen to us. So I was asking her, and she said that you all know Vedanta a little bit, right? Yes? Completely, yes. Okay, so let me just very briefly tell you what is Vedanta, and then I will go to how to use it in daily life. Yeah? So we all live our lives, and we have many ambitions, we have many dreams, we have many wishes, and we start when we are teenagers, full of enthusiasm, and we think that we can change the whole world. But as we live our lives, many things entangle us. Sometimes the relationships don't work. Sometimes you don't like your boss. Sometimes you feel, oh my God, why all these difficulties are coming to me? And we try many things to help ourselves, but nothing totally satisfies us. It always starts with healthy food.
Die erste Lösung, die wir suchen, ist das Essen. Wir versuchen besser zu essen.
Then yoga.
Der nächste Schritt ist dann Yoga.
So it's good. It's very good to take care of your body. It is very good to be conscious of what you eat.
Und das macht
But it still perhaps doesn't totally satisfy you. This is why Yoga Vidya, it's an institute for yoga and Vedanta, which completes. So they have to go together. So what is it that Vedanta talks about? What Vedanta says is, we start our life and we live our life with one basic error about who we are.
Wir beginnen.
And until we correct that error, we keep searching.
So
in the vision of Vedanta, you are much bigger than you had ever imagined. Even just hearing, I see smiles on you. So what Vedanta says, how are you big? Is it trying to brainwash you into thinking you're big? No, it's an inquiry. And the inquiry starts with, who am I? We all think that we are as good as the body and the mind. And suppose you think you are only body and mind, how small or how big are you in this universe? You're a dot. And a dot, in this grand scheme of things, is always struggling to get things your way. And as you can't control everything, we have issues sometimes of anger, sometimes sadness, sometimes fear, sometimes low self-esteem. And what Vedanta says is, re-examine your relationship with your body and mind. So, suppose I ask you, what is this body? What is it made up of? Muscles,
Muskeln,
blood,
Blut,
bones,
Knochen,
water.
Wasser.
Is that you?
Bist du das?
Bone is you. Suppose I ask you, are you bone? Are you muscle? Are you nerves? Are you blood?
Glaubt ihr
Are
das?
you water? Everybody is very sure. No. When they are all put together, that becomes I. How? So what it means is, body, please listen to me. It is an instrument that is given to you to conduct your life. It's a very intelligent instrument. So, look at the intelligence of the body. I come from India, which is very hot, and in Germany, I have to wear sweaters in summer. But my body knows how to keep the same temperature. So it's a super intelligent instrument that is given to you to conduct your life. What is the mistake we make? The instrument has become I am. And all the limitations of the instrument now become my smallness. We are not talking about dissociating with the body and telling I'm not the body. No, that is not what Vedanta says. It makes you understand your right relationship with the body.
Vedanta.
So now, if you are not the body, now you can enjoy this body that is given to you for a length of time to express yourself. But you are not as small. You don't become small as the body. The second mistake that we all make is we take ourselves to be as good as the mind. So what happens is, suppose today you switch on the TV, right? And you get some news. Always TV and news. What is there in the news? Wars, violence. What happens to your mind? Now, what is your relationship with the mind? Suppose you watch the news and you feel sad. Are you sad, or just a thought has come which is going to come and go? Are you the thought? Do you exist before that thought of sadness comes? Do you exist after that thought goes? So what does it mean? You were there before the thought came. You are there when the thought is there. When the thought goes, you are still there. How many thoughts do you have per day? How many? Suppose I ask you, what did you think about at 9 a.m. today? You don't know. So how can you say that the thoughts which come in your mind and go, they stay only for 30 seconds? You don't even remember what those thoughts are. And how can you say, I am all the thoughts? How? Tell me how. What it means is that we have approximately 60,000 thoughts in a day. What is the mistake we make? Whatever the nature of thought is, suppose the thought gives you sadness, you tell yourself, I am sad. Suppose the thought gives you fear, you tell yourself, I have fear. So the thoughts which are transient, they stay only for a few seconds, they become your full identity. So that means that the mind's nature is to think, and every day there are many thoughts. Thoughts come and go, but you remain. So, then who are you? Until now, we thought that we were only body and mind. Now we are discovering that body is nothing but all these different parts. Mind is nothing but thoughts. Thoughts come and go. You remain. Then who are you? So, now, who are you? According to Vedanta, you are awareness.
Also Vedanta sagt, ihr seid, du bist Bewusstsein.
The existence and awareness in whose presence the conditions of the body are known, conditions of the mind are known. Suppose I tell myself, I know now that I am awareness. Suppose you know you are awareness. Suppose you know you are awareness. Suppose you know you are awareness. Now the question is, how many awareness? How many? Bodies are many, minds are many. How many awareness? One.
Eins.
Wow. You can enjoy all the different bodies, you can enjoy all the different minds, but we are all one awareness. And that awareness is completely free from the conditions of the body and mind.
Ja.
So in 15 minutes, look at the magic. I made you free.
Das war jetzt die Quintessenz von Vedanta.
Now you are free because that's the truth about you. But now, the next question. How do I apply Vedanta in my daily life? My boss remains my boss, who gives me a hard time. My relationships remain the same. Suppose I tell myself I'm awareness and I'm free from everything. The world, is it going to change for me? No, it's not. It's not going to change. So now I have one information, I am free, but now I don't know how to live because everybody else is little confused and and all the problems continue as before.
Ja.
So how to connect the vision of Vedanta with our daily life?
Und jetzt kommt der spannende Teil.
So you can live with freedom, you can live with joy, you can live with enthusiasm, right? So there are 3 frameworks that Vedanta talks about to combine the vision of Vedanta with our daily life. I would like to talk about 3 things: Karma Yoga, Bhakti, and Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas, very briefly.
Yeah.
And as you bring that in your life and you understand the vision of Vedanta, you become a person who is responsible, who has freedom with reference to emotions, and one can live with beauty, cheerfulness and enthusiasm.
Und das
Karma Yoga. The first. What is Karma Yoga? And that is when we have to make many decisions in life. Life is nothing but series of decisions.
Karma Yoga.
And suppose I ask you, what criteria do you use to make decisions? So, one is that we all want to do the right thing. That is one thing. But then we also have our own pressures. So, sometimes when a situation arises, sometimes we are able to follow dharma and do the right thing, and sometimes our pressures take over. What kind of pressures? Many people, I was asking him yesterday, and this is the whole world, right? We all want to become rich. We all want lovely holidays. We want beautiful family. We want to do very well in our career. So we want so many things, and each one is rushing for everything. And what happens in the meantime? The societies break down because each one is rushing. Everyone is stressed. Everybody is ambitious. So what happens is sometimes when the situations arise, we don't take dharma into account. Our personal likes and dislikes take over. Being ambitious is not bad. But if you're ambitious, if you're so ambitious that your kids feel lonely and isolated, that becomes a problem. That's when you bring dharma. And dharma is, yes, I want to be successful, but I also have other responsibilities. I play other roles in my life, and I have to do the best, not just unidimensionally, but also multidimensionally. Because I have many roles that I play. So that is bringing dharma in my life. When I begin to be more and more dharmic, I avoid fears, I avoid conflict. I avoid stress and anxiety. And I can actually become more and more cheerful and enthusiastic, recognizing my multiple roles and doing the best that I can, and not just get carried away with one thing and ignore everything else. So, this is living a life of karma yoga, which is bringing balance to your life. You see yourself as an individual connected to many, many different people and many different forces, and you bring a certain gratitude in your life because so many forces are working for you to survive in this world. And in turn, you also live responsibly and do what you have to do with reference to many, many different people and individuals towards whom you have duty and to whom you are connected. Okay, now the second thing that okay, good. Now, the second thing, which is bhakti. And what is bhakti? So, she sang beautiful Ganesha bhajan. Really, it touched my heart. And what is this bhakti? So, bhakti is relating to divinity. When we look at the world, we see so much sometimes violence, we see so much suffering. We feel, why are children born so poor sometimes? Sometimes they are abused at a very young age. And you wonder, why is that happening to so many people in this world? And sometimes you look at your own life and you feel, oh my God, why did I have to go through this?
Yeah.
So that means there are all these answers that we all seek, and from our senses and our mind, we cannot find those answers. The questions are about everybody else, and questions are also about our own life. So how are you going to heal yourself? So what Vedanta says is, divinity is in form of the order, which is all pervading. So law of karma is impersonal and unbiased. There is nobody who's punishing you. There is nobody who's looking at you and giving you a hard time. Suppose you understand that there is a law of gravity, and suppose you have a favorite glass that your grandmother gave you, and suppose you dropped it by mistake and it fell. Can you say the world is cruel because this glass was so dear to me and my grandmother gave me so lovingly and it broke? Yeah. Can law of gravity stop for you? Suppose it stops for you. What will happen? The earth will collide with the next star.
Die ganze Erde würde nicht mehr existieren und ja.
So what it means is, the universe is following the laws, causes and effects. Sometimes you gain a lot, sometimes you lose. That's how everybody's life is. When you understand that everything is according to causes and effects, you can bring back your trust in life. With the trust comes certain relaxation. And with the trust comes some healing. Life, there is nobody who's an exception. We all have challenges. There is nobody who is free from challenges. But bhakti is the one relating to divinity. What it does is increases our trust. As we increase our trust, our complaint and sense of persecution goes down.
Yeah.
And as your complaining nature goes down, your mind, which is a super powerful instrument begins to be in a problem solving mode. What can I do now? What next? How can I get out of whatever those difficulties are, with the trust that if I make the right choices over a long period, my life will be aligned. Okay. So with that trust, what happens is I heal myself. The question of why did my father do this to me? Why did my mother do this to me? Why did my boss do this to me? Why did this president of the country, why is he like that? Or why she is like that? All these complaints, right? We begin to understand that there are causes within causes within causes, which makes us all behave in a certain way, which is not totally normal. All of us. So now, what do I do? The more I understand my own vulnerability, more I also understand the helplessness of others. And now, instead of complaining, I try to do my best. In this pursuit, self-love and self-compassion is the first thing. As I begin to understand myself, I also begin to understand others and find solutions rather than blames and accusations. So bhakti is for healing yourself as an individual and finding your connection with everyone. The third, sattva, rajas and tamas. My time is over?
No.
No?
It's not over.
It's not over? How long?
Just go for the gunas.
Right, it's okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So, sattva, rajas and tamas. So, what is sattva? Anything which is pure, something which is inspiring, something which, is objective, that is called sattva guna. Rajas is when it is driven by my self-interest and, totally colored by my opinion and not being totally objective about the reality. And tamas is lazy, not applying, deluded, right? So that is called tamas. So why this framework? Because one good news, all of us have all three. You can't become only sattvic. It's not possible. But you can become predominantly sattvic. So, how do I know whether I am sattvic, rajasic or tamasic? So, there are some indications given in Bhagavad Gita. One is, suppose, right? We generally think in binary. What is binary? We think giving charity is a good action. But what Gita says is, act of charity can be sattvic, rajasic or tamasic. Suppose I help you, whether with my resources or with my skills or with my time. And if my focus is on your well-being, it becomes sattvic, giving. Suppose while I'm giving you, my focus is on, I want to be recognized as a very generous person. I want to be, appreciated as a philanthropist. It becomes rajasic. Suppose I give you, and I have in my mind to use that giving as an opportunity to manipulate you and to harm you. It becomes tamasic dhanam. Similarly, prayers. We all think prayers are wonderful. What Lord Krishna says is, prayers can be sattvic, rajasic or tamasic. What is a sattvic prayer? Connecting to Ishvara to increase your trust level, to reduce your afflictions, to emotionally heal yourself. Sattvic prayer. And to understand others and to establish connection with others. Sattvic prayers. What is rajasic prayer? I want to appear as somebody who's divine, who is higher, who's more spiritual. It's all about a show. And tamasic prayer. I'm angry with somebody. I pray. That person goes through difficulty because that person has been very mean to me. Tamasic prayer.
Yeah.
So what it means is, we like to think that we are good human beings, and we are all good human beings. But what does this sattva, rajas, tamas framework do? Dig a little bit deeper, reflect a little bit, where are you coming from? So these three frameworks are really important because karma yoga makes you focus on what is your dharma and what are your responsibilities. Bhakti allows you to heal yourself and establish trust in the universe and become problem solver rather than complaining and dissatisfied human being. Sattvic, Rajasic and Tamasic framework makes you little bit reflect a little bit deeper into your real intentions and where you're coming from. Now imagine, on one hand, you listen to Vedanta, it shows you that you are awareness, which is limitless. And on the other hand, as an individual, you are becoming more healed, more trusting the universe, more reflecting on yourself, and also understanding the vulnerability of others and connecting to divine. What can the Vedanta brings about? Full transformation. So it's a holistic vision. Otherwise, if you only make it intellectual, I'm free, and then your life remains the same, then you don't know how to connect. But it has both the sides. When both sides meet, life becomes very fulfilling.
Ja, ein großer Fehler.
So this is the vision of Vedanta.
Are there any questions left?
So easy. So easy.
Yeah.
So when I teach, I ask people questions so that they begin to think about things. And in the end, there are so many questions that so, but it's nice. It's nice to see what's going on in your mind. Do you like what Vedanta says? You agree, you don't agree, you find it useful, you don't find it useful. It'll be nice to have a little insight into your relationship with Vedanta.
Ich kann was erzählen. It's funny because I don't know Vedanta since 6 months before. Jetzt kenne ich Vedanta.
Yes.
I always think I'm bigger than my body and my thoughts, but I don't know why, also woher das kommt. And then I go to Yoga Vidya and Kati say, this is Vedanta. And I think, wow, I always know that, but ich wusste nie, woher das kommt.
Didn't know where it came.
Genau, I don't know where it came from.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's Vedanta. It's
Wow.
always in me. It's crazy.
See, it's beautiful because every human being has some insight, right? We are all asking a question, why are we on this earth? What am I supposed to do here, right? And you accumulate everything, and in 80 years, 90 years, nowadays, maybe 100 years, but then we have to leave everything and go for what? These are the questions that we have. And then who am I? And I'm so glad that you say that these are very common human questions. And we all have insight, but we don't have proper knowledge. See, this is why Vedanta is a systematic knowledge which shows you it's not mystical. It's not telling you, you sit and you meditate and then, one day you will discover yourself. It explains to you. It explains to you the vision, and it also explains to you how you can live your life differently. So then it becomes whole. Thank you.
I can share something for, I think Vedanta is very useful in daily life, but it really needs also practice.
Yes.
It needs stay
Yes.
at the self-inquiry and why am I judging again and again, and it's really, sometimes you think, oh, it's so hard, but yeah, it's work, I think.
True.
Going.
That is true. It is a work because our patterns are very deep, and we have been repeating a certain way of thinking, and our emotions and all of this, they have a certain deeper orientation. It takes time to change. But what I can say is that exactly, with little bit, if you're deliberate and if you are able to detect that your mind is going off, and if you're able to correct it, you will see a big progress in few years. Many of my students tell me that their life has changed dramatically. So, yeah, but mind is like that. It requires, it requires repeated listening and effort to change. Yes. Thank you for sharing. Very nice. I'm very happy to hear this.
That says something about the teacher.
Yeah. And who has been teaching Vedanta? You?
I didn't part of it, but like a huge team. And
Oh, great. Very good. I'm so happy. That's nice.
there's always one question: what does Samadhi has to do with realizing Vedanta?
Oh,
So maybe
wow.
you can explain
That's a
that.
little technical question. Yes, I can
Also was hat
explain.
Samadhi, der Begriff, den wir auch im Yoga lernen, dieses höhere Bewusstsein erreichen, das Ankommen, mit dem Leben von Vedanta zu tun?
Okay, great. So in yoga system, they talk about Samadhi. And in Samadhi, so see, I taught you that the mind is many thoughts, and you are awareness, which is independent of the mind, right? I taught you that. I showed you that the thoughts come and go, and you are awareness. So according to yoga, when will you be fully established in awareness? When all the thoughts stop. That is Samadhi. When all the thoughts go away and there is only awareness that remains, that is when you have realized your full nature. That is Samadhi for yoga. What Vedanta says is, if the thoughts are objects, they come and go, they don't need to stop for you to know I am awareness. You just need to know that what is coming and going and what remains. Once you know that, then you don't need the thoughts not to come. It is like, look at this. We all see sunrise and we all see sunset. But you went to college or school, and they taught you that the sun doesn't move. The sun is stationary. It is the earth which moves. And because of the movement of earth, it seems to us that the sun rises and the sun sets. Now you know that the sun is stationary. Does it mean you don't see the sunrise and sunset anymore? You still see it. You still see it, but now what have you concluded? I see it, but it's not totally true. Right? And that is Vedanta. You have to understand, we have a wrong identification with the mind in form of thoughts. So once you understand I'm not the thoughts, you don't have to stop the thoughts. Right? Let them come, let them do. Imagine your life without thoughts. What will you do? Right? So you can't do anything. Right? So here, knowledge is not doing anything. Knowledge is understanding what is what, removing the mistake. Once the mistake is removed, you're free, right? That is the difference between Samadhi and Vedanta knowledge. Is this clear?
Yes.
Yes.
I will ask them next week again.
She's a good teacher. Great. And relax. Really, one thing people think spirituality is all serious and, no. Spirituality has to make you enjoy life. Enjoy life in a responsible way. Not enjoy life getting drunk and, not like that. But, there has to be enthusiasm. There has to be lightness. You have to begin to see the wonder in the universe, the sun. I've been in Bamberg for last few days. And I've really enjoyed myself. I had a 10-day long retreat at House Ebersberg. And I came here and the beauty was amazing. The first night I saw magic in the downtown, right, of Bamberg. And all the skills that people have and fire show. And that was incredible for me, that all these human beings learning such skills, going through fire, and it was incredible. And I enjoyed it. It's not like, oh, I'm spiritual, this is material world, I should not enjoy it. I enjoyed my pizzas, and I enjoyed all the amazing food that Bamberg has to offer. I enjoyed the river. I enjoyed the forest. I enjoyed the hills. I enjoyed everything.
And swimming, you went.
And swimming. I don't know how to swim in the river. And yesterday, he took me to river. Ice cold water.
It took 50 minutes to get in.
15, not 50. Right? And I don't know, in India we don't swim in the river and with the current and all that. I didn't know. And I loved it. I just loved it because, this universe is a wonder. It's beautiful. And we have to, we are so preoccupied with our mental life and creating heaviness and, self-suffering and all. Enough. We have done enough. Now you need to bring your connection back to divinity. Connect back to your true nature, which is much bigger. Life is not given to you for suffering. Really. Bring that freshness, bring that lightness, bring the joy of living. You can see the flowers, and you can see the river, and you can see the swans, and you can see the ducks, and you can see beautiful sky, the colors it takes, wow. So these 4 or 5 days in Bamberg have been amazing. Really, really we enjoyed, and we saw nothing but glory of Ishvara. So live with that joy, live with that lightness, live with that connection. That is Vedanta. Not to stay away from life, oh, this is material world, I have to be detached. This is not Vedanta that Upanishads talk about. Okay. At least go with a smile.
So I would say we just open our hearts.
Yes, open your
bit
hearts.
more,
Yes,
and
with the
just
some
sing some
singing.
mantras.
Yes.
You're going to stay here with us for a couple of minutes.
Okay,
right?
sure.
Ja. So ist doch noch ein bisschen Bhakti.
Yeah, wonderful.
Die Kadi hatte sich Satchidananda gewünscht. Wenn ihr den Text mitgucken wollt, 562 im Vierkant von Satchidananda. Satchidananda Parabrahma Purushotama Parabrahma Dwelling in the present moment gewünscht.
Ich habe ganz viel gewünscht.
Ich habe leider die Texte nicht so gut dabei. Beziehungsweise meinen Aufsteller vergessen. It's for you, you can. Looking for the text. Dwelling in the present moment. I know this is the only moment. Das ist der erste Teil und im zweiten Teil ist dann breathing in, I calm body and mind, breathing out, I smile, I smile. Also im momentanen Augenblick verweilen, das ist der einzige Moment. Einatmen, beruhige ich Körper und Geist und ausatmen, lächle. Das sind Worte von Thich Nhat Hanh.
Dwelling in the present moment, I know this is the only moment. Dwelling in the present moment, I know this is the only moment. Breathing in, I calm body and mind. Thank you.